I'm Guy Weidner-Ahorrrio, co-owner and the director of Dolly's Pet Sitting Services. We're excited and honored to be here this morning at 1 Million Cups. Dolly's was established in May of 2011. We began in Lewis, Delaware, which is where we're based out of, and we service all of Sussex County and part of Kent County as of now. Our goal is by the end of 2015 to take our services throughout the rest of Kent County and Newcastle. That way we'll cover the 3 counties in Delaware by the end of 2015. For a caring pet parent, there's nothing worse than going on vacation or a business trip and wondering, are my babies being taken care of? And that's how we look at your pets at Dolly's. They're your babies. They're your furry, feathered, and finned babies. To be away and worried about if they're getting the right care is very stressful on a pet parent, and we hear it all the time from our clients. Even worse is those complaints we hear from clients that other pet sitters have not even shown up, and there they are miles away, sometimes other countries, and they're depending on a professional pet care provider, sometimes a neighbor or a friend, but then they don't even show up. Well, at Dolly's, your pet is part of your family. That's how we see them. That's what they are to us. They're family. So our goal is to treat them that way, let them know they're loved and respected, but you as a pet parent, we make sure you have that peace of mind when you are away. What we do, we keep you in touch with your pet with a daily text message or email, as well as a picture, so you know how things are progressing and how they're doing. It keeps you happy, keeps your pets happy. And not only are we taking care of your pets, but we're also there watching over your home. We're going to take your mail in for you, take your newspaper, packages that get dropped off. You don't have to worry that you're going to come home and they're going to be soaked from the rain. We can take your trash and your recycle to the curb and back up, water your indoor plants, your outdoor landscaping. Just watch out for the overall security of your home. So it's not just about your pets, but with Dolly's, it's about our clients too. When we started Dolly's Pet Sitting Services, I had owned, at that time, Weidner Clinical Research Services. I was in the clinical drug industry for 15 years as an auditor for clinical drug trials, working for major pharmaceuticals and the FDA as a consultant. And people say, why did you transition over to be a pet sitter from that kind of career? Why did you leave a real job? Well, first of all, being a pet sitter is a real job. It's a job that requires a special person with passion and compassion, and that's what we have. And what led me into doing such was 2 things. Just my love and care about animals, but our dog Dolly was like our daughter, no less than what my sisters are to my mother. And some pet parents can really relate to that relationship. Well, maybe some cannot. But Dolly was diagnosed with lymphoma B in 2011, which is a terminal cancer. After being told that we should euthanize her, we didn't want to give up hope just yet. We found University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, who explained to us that she seemed to have a lot of quality of life yet, but there's only a 5% chance that she could be cured of this disease. We loved her enough to give her that 5% chance. So I looked at my contracts and said, wow, I'm in different states 4 to 5 days a week as a research consultant, traveling. How do I do this? I didn't question myself much further. I made some phone calls. I immediately went from full-time contracts to part-time so I could go ahead and take her to Philadelphia every week for these visits. At the end of 17 months, Dolly ended her battle. She had a great quality of life during that time, but by the time she passed, we were servicing over 300 clients. Wasn't really enough to live off of, to be honest with you, but I felt even more passionate now that I couldn't give this up. So my spouse and I talked about it, made some decisions, and what I decided to do was call the rest of the pharmaceuticals and wean off of all of my contracts, putting all my energy, 7 days a week, 16 to 18 hours a day, into Dolly's. Today we service over 800 families. So it was well worth doing that, but that little dog took us into this whole career path. And that love and compassion we had for her is exactly what myself and every team member guarantees to our pet clients. We broke into an industry that there were already many pet sitters in the area, and we knew that. So we said, to be successful, what do? We have to be different. We have to be the best. We knew we could do that because we knew who we were as people. One of the things that we did is we sent out questionnaires to some pet parents, and we said, how happy are you with your pet sitters? What is it that you like and you don't like? We were surprised and disappointed to find out less than 10% of pet parents were actually happy with their current pet sitter. The most common complaints were the sitters weren't available when they needed them. They didn't want to come to early morning visits to feed them breakfast and take them for walks. They didn't want to do bedtime visits. They would cancel on them with little and sometimes no notice. And then we've heard many times over, and still do, the sitter I had did not even show up. My neighbor had to tell me no one's been at my house for several days. When you select Dolly's as your professional pet care provider, you're selecting people who are certified, insured, licensed, and bonded. We're also pet first aid and CPR trained and certified. I'm also a pet first aid and CPR instructor. I'll be back in September to talk more about that business. We own Dolly's Pet First Aid and CPR, which is where we teach and empower pet parents and pet professionals how to do pet CPR, first aid, and we also teach other classes even for children. Our classes are available not only in English but in Spanish. We'll talk more about that in September. But with Dolly's, we are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's our promise, that's our commitment, and we follow through. We're dependable. We're certified through NAPS, which is the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters. That comes with a Madrid of training. We're trained on behavioral care, how to assess animals, and even just from their basic care all the way up to certain medical needs and care. We have the experience. As I said already, we're insured and bonded. That's very important for folks that are coming into your home. Our services include dog walks, in-home visits, overnight care. We call them pajama parties. We come into your home, spend the night with them. They also get their care in the morning. We make it fun. We take care of special need pets. Many local veterinarians know our background, our experience, and they'll refer special need clients into us. So we can do a medication administration. We're experienced with senior pets. Senior pets definitely need different care than what a puppy needs and than what a middle-aged pet needs. We also provide pet hospice care. And our pet hospice, some people say, oh, you euthanize pets. No, we don't do that. We're there for comfort measures that the doctor would order that we can provide. But in addition, things that help during that time of life are massage therapy, aromatherapy, and we're certified and trained to provide that to cats and dogs as well. We also provide pet taxi service. And if you ever see our car driving around, you'll know the pet taxi. It's bright orange with paws of every type of animal on there, including bird prints. And we taxi pets to and from the vet, to and from the groomer, whatever the need is that the pet parent has. We're very active in our community. We're out there helping the community. The Delaware SPCA, we're active in fundraising for them and supporting them and other animal rescues. We also do a lot of fundraising for the University of Penn Veterinary Hospital Cancer Research. So I ask if you ever see us doing a fundraiser for them, consider coming out and supporting it. Because without research, we'll never have a cure to any of the diseases out there. Becoming a client of Dolly's, it's quick, it's easy, it's secure. We have an online system. What you can do is keep your pet information current, which helps us in providing the best and safest care because we have access to that right in our phone, in our system that we can pull up. It simplifies your reservation request. You get automatic confirmations, and you just simply go to our website for that. You click on the paw that says New Client. So I'd just like to end by saying our motto, which is Dolly's Pet Sitting Services, where pets are family and pet parents have peace of mind. So I thank you, and if you have pets, I hope you consider signing up with Dolly's, and I'll be around for questions.
Great. Thanks, Guy. Are there any questions or comments for Guy? Here you go.
You said you have 800 clients now?
We're serving just over 800. We just reached that number
How many,
just this weekend.
how many people do you, is it
We
you
have
and your
9 team members.
19?
9 team members. And we also service Center City, Philadelphia. And we have 1 team member in that area. She handles mostly cats and small dogs.
What's the largest pet that you service? Like
It's a lot
elephants?
of pet serving. It sure
Giraffes?
is. But I'll tell you, it's a happy way to wake up and go to bed.
Could you talk a little bit about your, congratulations, by the way, but would you talk a little bit about your fee schedule?
The fee schedule, our fees basically range, if you look visit-wise, I want to say $20 to $25. In the summer, our fees are $25 a visit. Outside of summer, they're $20 a visit. We have our overnights, our pajama parties, and they're $65 or $75 on a weekend.
And that's across the board?
That's across the board. And then we also offer discounts. There are certain discounts we offer throughout the year.
And lastly, how do you match the pet with the sitter? Because
Absolutely.
attitudes, characteristics have to match in order for it to be a working relationship.
Thank you for that question. I personally conduct all of my meet and greets on every client. So I'm the one who goes out and does that initial assessment and that initial evaluation of the pet and make that initial bond. And we screen our team members extensively. They're screened. And that helps me to best judge and pick which pets are best with which sitters. And all the sitters on our team also, at some point, and we do it on occasion, they come into our home to take care of our pets so we can watch them in action. And I follow up on all of my sitters on a regular basis as well at visits.
Do you have any nightmare stories?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Do you have any nightmare stories?
Any nightmare story? I will say probably one is, there's a German Shepherd. We get many calls, people saying, no one will come into my pet because my pet bites or my pet's aggressive. I'm not afraid. I'm going to go in, I'm going to check the situation out for myself. But there is a particular German Shepherd that it was our very first service that we provided to this family, and we were new in the business. So, of course, you're more on edge than ever. And when I showed up, I said, something's really wrong. That dog's head shouldn't be through the front wall here at the home. Well, the German Shepherd ate through the drywall, ate through the insulation, ate through the siding, and was looking out and just enjoying his view. So after about 2 hours of cleanup, I called the pet parent to let them know what had happened, and their response was, not again. It was the 6th time this dog ate his way out of their home. They said it's usually because he hears a motorcycle. They're one of our most active clients this day. I didn't know if we'd ever see them again. Even though it had nothing to do with us because that occurred between visits, you still are concerned. But that probably is one of the biggest nightmares. You're welcome.
Guy, one of the questions that I had was, could you just talk a little bit more? I see, you briefly mentioned about the National Association. You just said you had to be trained. Can you just share a little bit of what the training entailed? Like, what did you have to do for that?
To be certified?
Correct.
The certification, it's set up, it takes most people about one college semester to complete the whole program to a year. And it includes all types of animals, and when I say all types, I mean everything from a fish right through exotics and even certain farm animals. And we learn in there about what their behaviors are, what's their typical behaviors. We learn their life stages, and how to react and care for them differently at different life stages. We learn about some breeds, and every breed they have different personalities, they have things that make them up different, and you need to know how to handle each one separately. We also, in that course, you learn health information. You do learn first aid and CPR there as well. My training is more advanced even in that state. I went away to a training center to become an instructor for first aid and CPR. And it also covers a business module. My background actually is I have a degree in the medical field, but I also have a degree in business, which both of those things really help me. And there's times that I think about the nursing side and I say, wow, all that education and here I am pet sitting, but you'd be surprised how many times I still end up using that education that I learned for humans on the fur babies.
Great. Any other questions or comments?
Congratulations, Guy. It sounds like you have quite an exciting life with all of your pet family. Can you briefly describe what your marketing strategy is and what you have found to be your most effective manner for promoting your business?
When we began this business, we started this business off of literally $100. So we made flyers. Once we had our first client, that client was so impressed with us, she started telling neighbors in her community. Our marketing, I have to say, it's very low. It's most of our business, I can clearly say at least 90% of our business has come because of pet parents referring us or referral, which for us, we started to say, how do we know if the clients are happy? Well, can't keep up with the phone calls and the emails, I think the clients are happy because it's coming in from referral. We've done some postcard mailers. That doesn't turn out to be very successful for us. We find that really it's the word of mouth, and I can understand that. And the reason I feel that occurs is because we're going into your home. You're giving us a key or letting us know where you're hiding your key. We're going into your biggest prize and possession, what you work for, as well as taking care of your pets, which are your life. So I think that's why word of mouth. So for us, marketing has not been, we haven't come across that yet, to really have to expand that way. Now, in September, we can talk about that with the other business. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did someone have a question or a comment over here? No? Okay. Any other questions or comments? Do you have one?
Your dog Dolly, what kind of dog was she? Your dog Dolly, what kind of dog?
She was a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
She was yeah, she was a Chihuahua. Yep, and on your business card actually is her picture, and she's also on the rack card that you have. That's Dolly, and she's on my car. She's on the pet taxi, on both sides of it. I brought some, if you use wet canned food for your pets, I brought some lids. They're sitting over here. You can help yourself to them. We didn't put one on every chair just because we weren't sure, but help yourself. They're over here.
And then what can we do as a community to support you and help you grow?
Really, spread the word that we're out there. Just spread the word that we're out there. Invite people to go to our website. Our website, I have to say, I'm proud of it. It's quite a phenomenal website. On there, you're going to find testimonials that are typed right in from the client. They didn't come from us. We're not paraphrasing any of this. They're quotes. And that's there. The prices are there. We keep everything up to date right there on the website. There's lots of pictures. So one of the things you'll notice if you become a client of ours, we ask for permission to post your pet on the website so that they can circulate through as well. And it's funny because pet parents will call us and say, I've been in the website twice and still haven't seen my dog. When's she going to make it there?